Christ told this story once about a person that had a demon in them, and the demon left the body. But after a while, the demon got bored, gathered other demons, and went back into the body. And the reason he went back into the body is because the person that had the demon had not filled that void with anything else. And so there was an empty space, and actually more room for the demon and his demon friends. What Jesus is talking about is the things that we can get rid of in our life. We do have demons that we have to get rid of, but it's not helpful if we don't fill that void with something else. For example, if you have resentment in your life, if you have it in your heart that you just want to get rid of that resentment, it's one thing to just say, well, I get rid of it. I'm not going to be resentful anymore. But if you just leave that empty void, that resentment is only going to come back, and sometimes it's going to come back with a vengeance. It's more about getting rid of the resentment and then replacing that void with things like forgiveness. You know, sometimes we have fears in our life, and we need to get rid of the fear. And a lot of times we just say, well, I'm just not going to fear it anymore. That's stupid, and I'm not going to do that. But it's more important for us to get rid of the fear and replace it with something meaningful, like trust or understanding. You know, sometimes we want to get rid of fear and we replace it with things like hatefulness. That's not getting rid of anything. The whole idea is to get rid of things that harm the world and ourselves and replace it with things that help and nurture and love the world and ourselves. And I can't think of any bigger thing than that, than the love of Jesus Christ. With the love of Jesus Christ, if we fill that into our heart, truly we have more understanding for people. If we're truly following Christ, the words of Jesus help us to get rid of our fears by gaining wisdom, get rid of our hatefulness by gaining a more welcoming spirit, to get rid of bullying with kindness, to get rid of anxiety with assurance that Jesus loves us, and to get rid of our resentments with truly forgiving people and forgiving ourselves. I don't know what it is that you have to get rid of these days, but I hope that those demons that are getting you down, that you're able to help to move those out and yet move something else back in, like love and kindness, like loving God, like loving yourself, and like loving your neighbor.